How many skulls are on this ride? And is Mara a man or a woman? Stay tuned to find out. Hey everybody, I'm Chris Provost, and today on Provost Parkcast, I'm super excited because we're going to do a deep dive on Indiana Jones, A Temple of the Forbidden Eye. This is one of my very favorite rides, and I'm going to teach you everything I can about this ride so you can become a Disney pro. Indiana Jones, The Temple of the Forbidden Eye is located in Adventureland between the Jungle Cruise and Tarzan's Treehouse. At Florida's Hollywood Studios, they had Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. It was so popular that they decided to make a ride. So they broke ground in 1993 in Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. This was the fourth collaboration between George Lucas and Disney. The first being Captain EO, second Star Tours, the next was Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, and finally, Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Several of the early concepts had this ride being a walkthrough ride where you just walk through and look at a lot of stuff. Then they came up with the idea to make it a super fun roller coaster like the one they had in Paris. Eventually, they came upon the most genius ride ever, which is the one that we got, hydraulic cars. There are three different versions of the Indiana Jones ride. There's one in Paris, the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Peril. That's more of a roller coaster. There's this one, the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Forbidden Eye here in Anaheim, California. And one in Tokyo, Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Crystal Skull, which that ride is almost identical to the one here in Anaheim. This ride is immensely popular, so the wait times can get kind of long. So I would recommend getting a fast pass. If you can't get a fast pass, then use a single rider. They also have the parent-baby swap on this particular ride. So if you have little children, go ahead and swap out the kids. Not the kids, swap out the ride. If you can't get a fast pass, don't worry. Waiting in line, waiting in the queue is super fun. It's very interactive and there's so many things to see. Right behind me is the truck that was used in Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. This truck was in the truck chase scene when Harrison Ford's like, truck, what truck? He's following this truck. This truck is owned by George Lucas. He has loaned it to Disneyland where they have it on display. Disneyland, being ever conscious about the environment, they had the motor actually lifted and taken out so that way there's no fluids or anything dripping into the soil. This truck is all original. This is the only thing that's been added onto the truck right here. This little bar with a golf ball, this allowed the stunt drivers to navigate the truck a little bit better. There are only 6 trucks like this left in the world. Only 6 left like this in the world, and one of them is right here in Disneyland. At the end of the exit, you're going to see this minecart. This minecart was used in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. It's an actual prop minecart from that movie. Right behind me is a generator, and this generator powers the lights that go through the caverns while you're waiting to the queue. So when the generator, those lights dip and go like bright and low, that's because this generator is kind of old. If there ever is an emergency and something happens, the lights will go super bright and they'll have the real generator power those lights and they'll just bypass this old Jenny right here. So these cards here allow you to translate the hieroglyphics on the walls. They don't really give them out anymore, but sometimes if you're lucky and you ask a cast member, they might have 1 or 2 they'll be able to let you have. Using this card, we were able to translate the hieroglyphics. It says, "Beware, the Eye of Mara." Right as you're about to enter the Temple of Mara, if you look up and to the right, you'll see a stone Mickey sorcerer hat. This used to be called the Hall of Whispers because it would whisper people's names randomly. Though a lot of people got creeped out by it, so Disney quit doing that. Partway through the temple, you will come upon a short little small obelisk. If you look very closely at it, it shows you the 4 dangers that you will encounter when you enter into the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. The one side shows snakes, which happens to be the direction that we came in through, so we see all those snakes. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? The other side shows spikes, which will be going into that room. The other side shows fire, and then the back side shows vermin and rats. Depending on which direction you choose, that's going to be the fate that falls upon you. This is where they busted through the temple wall to begin the archaeological expedition for the Mara Temple. We're now entering into the Bat Cave.
Guano! Bat poop everywhere! Poop! Glorious poop!
Right behind me is a giant wheel that they propped open so you can walk through the Hall of Spikes. I'm gonna touch it anyways.
Chris, no, don't do it!
The spikes used to actually drop down, but it scared a lot of people, so Disney has quit doing that particular attraction as well. But you can shake that pole and hear a giant rumble, and it's still kind of scary. These skulls actually have names. Greg, Dave, Zach.
How come my skull's so small?
Each one of those tiles has the letter I on it, meaning the Eye of Mara. Don't step on the eye tiles because bad things happen. A lot of people will say, hey, I didn't look into Mara's eyes, but you have seen her eyes or his eyes when you walk through the temple. They're all over. I gotta be honest with you, I always look into Mara's eyes. Every single time. Right below me is the famed archaeologist, Dr. William Pollitt. He's working down below. I'm gonna pull the rope and help him out.
Careful, deciphering an artifact down here.
You're gonna look at the crates when you walk through the line of Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. There's Marcus Brody, his colleague at Marshall College. There's one that says Belloc. And of course, there's one with a number of 990. I can't remember the whole number. And that has the Ark of the Covenant in it. So look at all the different crates and see where they're going. The ride takes 3 minutes and 35 seconds to complete. The plot takes place in 1936 in India. Indiana Jones has discovered the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. This story is told through telegraphs and letters that you can look at when you're going through the queue of the ride. There are 3 newsreels that you can see that help tell the story. Mara is a benevolent deity who will grant you either visions of the future, unlimited wealth, or eternal youth. The one condition is you can't look into its eyes. Funding for the dig has run out, so Sala, being so smart, has now started giving guided tours throughout the temple to raise money. The problem is some tourists went missing about a week ago, and Indiana Jones has gone into the temple and nobody has seen him since. That's where we come in. We're tourists going into the temple. Mara is drawn androgynously, so you don't know if she's a man or a woman. When you first enter the temple, they'll look at Mara and you'll be able to see there is riches pouring out of a bowl. She has the eye of visions around her or his chest, and there's also a picture of eternal youth that she's pouring. Or he's pouring. As you take your leisurely tour through the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, these are the rooms that you're going to go through. The first room is the Hall of Promise, where we choose which gift is going to be bestowed upon us. Riches, eternal youth, or visions of the future. Depending on what blessing you receive from Mara, the animation of her face or his face will be different. I mean, there's one rule you can't do. Look in his or her eye and somebody in your group does it, and because of that, you are now thrust to the gates of doom. So you immediately make a quick sharp left turn, boom, right to the gates of doom. Luckily though, Indiana Jones is there to close those gates and usher us in a different direction. So then you turn in and you're teetering on this lava pit. You have to cross this bridge. And as you cross this bridge, Mara, she's shooting beams at you, trying to blow you up. Luckily, you make it across this teetering, rickety bridge into what? A chamber of snakes. It's gotta be snakes. By the way, there's a huge, large snake there. His name is Fright-O. Fright-O. F-R-I-G-H-T-O. Fright-O. You go around the Cavern of Snakes, takes you behind Mara, and now you're in the Cavern of Skulls. 1,995 skulls to be exact. And we counted every single one of them. You zip through that skulls, go down, and the fire shoots up. You zip past the fire. Then you go into another room, and there's bugs all over the wall. Bugs. You go around the corner, and there's like just a tree branch. There's rats crawling across a tree. Then you get past that to my very favorite part. There's skeleton warriors with blowguns. And they're shooting blow darts at you. You make it around that corner, that last corner, and what is on there? Indiana Jones is right there hanging by a rope, and you're saying, come on, Indy, jump in our car. But what happens? A giant boulder comes rolling back at you, so you have to reverse. The boulder looks like it's rolling at you. You go down, and you see Indiana Jones, and there he is, and the boulder is cracked, and you get one of 7 different endings. It's the best ride ever. The ride has hundreds and hundreds of variations on it, though it's usually so subtle that most people don't realize that it's changing every single time you ride it. It'll go faster, it'll slow down, you'll start and stop in different spots. The car will bounce different ways, up, down, like this. And of course, Indiana Jones can say 7 different sentences to you at the end of the ride. Okay, I'm gonna do my best Harrison Ford impersonation, and you guys know I'm really good at voices. Well, hello, Poppet, Mary Poppet. Not bad for tourists. Next time, you're on your own. You were good in there. You were very, very good. I'm pretty sure I nailed those, Harrison Ford. The top speed of the cars is 14 miles an hour. Now the car is on hydraulics, so it makes it feel like it's going a lot faster. The best illusion of the whole ride is at the very end. The cars are incapable of actually reversing. The car is standing still, there's hydraulics on it giving the illusion that you're moving, but it's actually the walls that are moving, giving the illusion of moving backwards. What? Now, a lot of people say, oh, this ride breaks down all the time. Technically, it's not really breaking down. These cars have sensors. If something's on the track, like somebody loses their ears, the car will stop. The car can only be a certain proximity to another car. If it gets too close, that will also cause the ride to stop and having to reset it. Be sure to check out the cast members' costumes. They are the best costumes in the whole park. They're amazing. If you don't believe me, just ask them. Which cast members have the best costumes?
Obviously, Indiana Jones.
Strut it? Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Like turns.
Oh, yeah. Tease me, you're a tiger. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Oh.
And if you want a fedora just like him, walk right across the street and go to the Jungle Bazaar. Same. There's also a little teeny tiny house hidden at the entrance to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Forbidden Eye. If you want to learn about that, watch our Adventureland video. Now, I want to know, how many times have you ridden Indiana Jones in one day? Amanda's record is 17 times. See if you can beat that. Put it down in the comments down below how many times you've ridden the ride in one time. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day, and I hope this video has made you a little bit more of a Disney pro. Bye-bye.